I call it capturing the ghost, you know. And when you capture it, it goes whoosh to whatever format you're recording. I've built up that muscle to, you know, really live with the dead. That's my favorite place. Oh, this is cool. And this microphone I used on every record since the first KoRn record, all the way through The Cure and through Headwind City, everything. It's just a Telefunken 251. Nick Cave sang Harry's Dreams on it. Leonard Cohen sang The Future on that. It's really cool. Yeah. No matter where you put it in the mix, it always comes through. It's just one of those things that it doesn't get buried. High or low, it doesn't ruin the track. It's amazing. Big part of my records is the vocals. The intensity and the sound, you know, just, I always hope to capture the very best of whoever I'm recording so they'll never top it again. Like push them, press their buttons, have that mic, and just go and go until the craving is satisfied. Tape machine. Ta-da, tape. It's ready to rip. Let me see. Okay, this I used on the first KoRn record, this Marshall. I used it on Roots Bloody Roots with Max, and second KoRn record. Yeah, it works just as good as it always has. Old vintage Neves. Everything I record goes through these. All the other mic pre's are for scratch tones. I keep it simple, use this stuff that's old and vintage, that smokes, that's made my favorite records my whole, you know, the things that I really love listening to are 70s. That's why I started using pedals in the first place, to evoke those amazing feelings that I would get, you know, like listening as a kid just to AM radio, 70s stuff, and I put it in metal or just intense music. And I think pedals help to reach through the third dimension and go into fourth, fifth, sixth, way beyond. And with pedals, it, you know, just a hit one on and there's like this thing that happens, and I'm like, whoa, okay, and then we slam it again, and it's like you can't plan it. There's no preconceived conception of what's supposed to happen. There's some progress charts. Is this the second Slipknot record? This is the first one, actually. This is my favorite. Doing the Cure. We didn't even use this console. We used the EMI console that was back here where the couch is supposed to be. And we use this spaceship in London as just a modern monitoring thing. Is Paul during at the drive-in? Oh, wow. Yeah. The Headwind City guys. That was awesome. James from KoRn. No dreads. That's pre-KoRn, actually. It's like that guitar is a span from first to last. The guitar player kept breaking guitars, like nice SGs, like 4 of them during the album. That was the band that Little Skrillex sang in. I remember Gene Hoglan was rehearsing while I was recording this, or doing pre-production. We were writing the second KoRn record for a month, and Gene had another room, and he'd go there every single day. And this is when metal was just wiped out. It was gone. Nobody played double bass, nobody. And this fucking guy, I knew him from my band opening up for Dark Angel, and we're kind of friends, and we're like rolling in with our new cars, thinking we're so fucking cool, like yeah, with our identity and like silly clothes. And he walks in and he's just metal. He goes in and he's practicing double bass. And then I'm just like, oh my God, that poor guy. He's just going and going. And the whole time my insides were like, fucking this guy, you know, like this music is just gone. And here we are, like the coolest of whatevers. And he kept going and going. And I was telling the band this. And then that heart and intention, a dude my age he keeps going and going and going. And I go, imagine Gene Hoglan. He's going through all that, and now he's doing so much. And imagine him in the 80s, he was like 400 pounds, I think, or at least 3. And he was just this big old fucking guy. And imagine him swinging like on a swing set, and gravity can't pull him back to the earth. And he just goes all the way to the end of the swing, and it just won't be able to stop until he's deep in the pocket. And then he goes this way, and then he goes fucking this way, and he flies into the universe. And I'm like, I'm gonna have my friend make a painting of that. There it is. That's heart. This is the grotto. John Theodore named it the grotto because of the obvious reasons. I had it designed by this 70s cat. And yeah, you can crank it up a little bit. And basically you set the drums facing this way, and then just keep it really simple on the mics. And lately I've been miking just straight concert toms because I've found they sound so tough. And I've been doing it that way for the last year and a half or something, like only, like
no bottom head.
No bottom head, just stick it in there, you know. And I'll put some like padding in there so they're like little kick drums. But I mean, it's just tough. It's tough. And then so I'll have dudes like swinging around and vocal right over the top of the drummer, and I'll make sure that everybody's like facing in to the heartbeat, and I'll make sure that the vocal, the lyrics are absolutely known. Like, why are we doing this? What are we doing here? What's the purpose? You know, and anybody that's like drifting, get a little hit. And then one of my favorite things is threatening. Once we get the sicko take, like it's just slamming, people are slamming in here harder. I like to threaten them with, let's throw the drive off the ocean, or off the pier into the ocean. The intention is to make you feel like you gave something.